Welcome back to the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. Introducing new chickens to your existing flock can be a distressing and problematic time for both you and your chickens. With our first flock, after the first weekend, we went and got another 6 pullets. Before we knew it, we had 12 pullets in our coop staring back at us. Fortunately, as the first 6 pullets were still establishing their pecking order, introducing 6 additional pullets was surprisingly easy, and it happened without too much squabbling. But what if you already got adult chickens? Well, we have tips for you in this video. But before that, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can also visit our website at thehappychickencoop.com or subscribe to our email newsletters for daily tips and tricks in raising a backyard flock. The first and important step you have to do when bringing home new chickens is to quarantine them. Adult chickens are much more likely to be carrying a disease or infection, whereas chicks from a hatchery should be disease-free. As a rule of thumb, we say if you are introducing chicks or pullets from a reputable dealer, this step isn't required. When you get your new chickens home, make sure you have a separate coop or a large crate prepared for them. From this separate area, you can observe them to check that they are fit and disease-free. The last thing you want to do is give your existing flock a disease from your new chickens. The key things you can look for are signs of lice or mites, dull or shriveled comb, blocked nostrils or fluid coming from their eyes, and scaly legs. While your new chickens are quarantined, it's a good idea to supplement their water with minerals to make sure they are fully fed before they meet your existing flock. If you notice they look slightly underweight, then make sure to feed them well to get them strong and healthy. Quarantining should last anywhere from 7 to 31 days. The longer you quarantine your new chickens, the safer it is for the existing flock because you have more time to spot any illness or disease. During this quarantine period, make sure you thoroughly wash your hands in between visiting your new chickens and existing flock. This will prevent any disease and infections from spreading between the two separate camps. After quarantining, you can now introduce your chickens. But, and we cannot stress this enough, do not rush introducing your new chickens. Even if your new chickens don't need quarantining, don't just place them straight in with your existing flock. This will cause lots of unnecessary trouble and fighting. You need a period of time where your existing flock can see the new chickens but cannot touch them. 1 week of visual introduction should be plenty of time for the existing flock to get used to having the new chickens in their presence. The easiest way to achieve this is to place the new chickens in their own pen, placed next to the existing pen. This way, your existing flock can get used to the new chickens without instantly squabbling. Another popular method is to place a crate inside the existing pen and place your new chickens inside this crate. Although we've not used this technique as this is a more aggressive tactic. But whichever method you decide to use, it's important that your new chickens are visible for around a week but kept separate from your existing flock. After you have successfully quarantined and visually introduced your new chickens, it's time to physically introduce them to each other. If your chickens are free range, the best way to do this is to let the new chickens out first to free range. Then, after a few minutes, open the existing coop up and let your existing flock join them. If your chickens don't free range and are in a pen, then the same principle applies. Place the new chickens in the pen first, then let your existing flock out to greet the new ones. Once they all meet, you will find there will be some scraps and jostling as they establish the new pecking order. This is perfectly normal and is a necessary step. You should only stop this jostling if one of the chickens looks injured. You don't want your chickens to experience any permanent injuries, of course. If you find that the jostling is getting more intense and lasts more than several minutes, separate the new chickens and reintroduce them again tomorrow. Continue to do this once a day until they have settled down within a few minutes of introduction. If you get lucky, you will only need to do this once and they will be fine. However, if you have a more aggressive/territorial breed of chicken, it might take 3 to 4 attempts to introduce them physically. You will find that each breed reacts to new chickens differently. Hybrids and buff Orpingtons are normally very laid back and welcoming to newcomers. But you may find that Silkies or Rhode Island Reds can be very territorial and don't take well to new chickens. After the chickens have met and can stay outside together, it's time for the final play. That's moving the new chickens from their crate and into the existing coop. You should find that after free ranging for the day, the new chickens will follow the flock into the coop where they will settle themselves in. However, if this doesn't happen and they try to return to their old crate, just let them. During the night, take the chickens out of their crate and place them into the existing coop. You need to keep a close eye on them the following week. Make sure that they're all eating and drinking properly, and also keep an eye on egg production. Sometimes when you introduce new chickens to the flock, they go off-lay. So in total, you're looking at around 5 to 6 weeks from getting your new chickens home to fully integrating them into your existing flock. Now, what if you're introducing baby chicks to adult chickens? If you let nature take its course and have a broody hen that hatches her own eggs, she will protect her own chicks. However, if you buy an incubator and hatch your own chicks and try to introduce them into your existing flock, you're going to have problems. For the first 15 to 16 weeks, you need to separate the chicks and keep them in their own pen. It would be best to wait until the chicks have their feathers similar to the chickens in the existing flock. Once they're similar in size, you can follow the process we have discussed, except for the quarantine stage. And if you intend to introduce different breeds into your flock, this can also cause some unique issues. The main concern is the potential size difference. Larger breeds will always be more dominant, so it isn't fair to introduce a smaller breed to a larger breed, as the larger breed will bully the smaller breed. I know some backyard chicken keepers who have successfully integrated smaller and larger breeds into a flock, but it's definitely not easy. Here are more tips and tricks you can do. Number 1. Relocate both flocks. If possible, move the existing coop and pen to a new area, so the existing chickens and the new chickens are starting with a new piece of land. Number 2. Same size matters. Try only to introduce chickens that are similar size to your existing flock. Number 3. Extend before you introduce. Ensure there is enough room in your existing coop and pen before introducing new chickens. Number 4. Isolate aggressive birds. If you notice one chicken in particular is overly aggressive to the newcomers, place that aggressive chicken in isolation for a few days to put her in check. Number 5. Distract with treats. When you physically introduce the new chickens, make sure to have some treats ready to use as a distraction if needed. Number 6. Don't introduce just one. Instead, introduce at least 2 new chickens, so the jostling or the bullying from the existing pack is spread between them. Number 7. Patience is key. Remember, chickens need to establish a pecking order amongst their flock. New members upset the already fragile balance that has been created and established by your current chickens, so give them time to adjust. Number 8. Step back for a moment and observe. Sometimes it can be difficult to stand back and watch the drama, but as long as it isn't turning extremely bloody or deadly, it's okay to wait it out a bit. Number 9. Protect yourself. Expect that beaks and claws will be flying. And if you do need to intervene, protecting yourself with leather gloves and strong denim jeans will pay off if you must insert yourself. And number 10, have a toolkit handy. If you have to break up the brawl, have towels, boxes, and spare cages on hand to contain the rowdy flock members until things calm down. Also, keeping a first aid kit with a blood stop in it nearby may come in handy if things get bloody. If you need more in-depth details than what we have discussed in this video, you can click this link for the full article. Please don't forget to like and share this video. You can also check out our website at thehappychickencoop.com or subscribe to our daily newsletter for more tips and tricks in raising your backyard flock. Thanks for watching!